The site of interest for this project is the Coranderrk Aboriginal Station and Nature Reserve, established in 1863 and located on the lands of William Burke's clan. Riparian Walkway is a project that focuses its attention on a key point in the rejuvenation of the site, the hydrological restoration of both the Coranderrk Creek and the Yarra River. This design proposal includes the implementation of a cultural walkway characterized by different points of interest and the revegetation of the riparian zone of the river banks. The stretch of the Yarra River that flows across the Coranderrk Reserve and the Coranderrk Creek are not well maintained and are still in bad conditions despite some improvements have already been made. This condition of degradation is mainly caused by the widespread presence of invasive weeds and the past bad management of grazing, which polluted water and caused the destruction of the riverbanks. But with the improvement of the riparian vegetation, the quality of water and the ecosystem of the river will improve soon. Many different animal species will also return to populate these rivers because the riparian zone provides a unique habitat and food sources. This restoration will eventually create a natural and healthy environment from which the community can benefit while enhancing the spirituality, the cultural meaning, and the beauty of the river. The design proposal evolves around 4 different aspects: climate change, health ecosystems, people, and indigenous heritage. In fact, riparian vegetation contributes to improve the ecology of the river, and it also helps mitigate the effects of climate change. On the other hand, the implementation of the walkway along the river will be an opportunity to engage people, reconnect them with the history of Coranderrk and with nature. The first step of the project will be the restoration of the riparian zone, which consists of planting and restoring different types of plants, among which tall trees, tall shrubs, large tussock herbs, and aquatic plants. The improvement of the riparian vegetation will lead to the improvement of the quality of water, which will create habitat for many animals, including birds and aquatic birds, fish, insects, reptiles, amphibians, and mammals. After this, the implementation of the walkway will give people the possibility to reconnect with nature, and at the same time will create education and engagement opportunities for the Coranderrk people, for visitors, and for school children. This will be also possible thanks to the construction of river fish traps, which are an example of indigenous engineering significant for their technical, environmental, and design excellence. With the purpose of bringing the people of Coranderrk closer to the culture of their ancestors, they will be directly engaged in planting and controlling the spread of weeds and in improving the quality of the riparian zone of the Coranderrk Creek and the Yarra River. According to the Coranderrk Strategic Plan, and in particular in the context of growth, new potential training opportunities to involve the community have already been explored. These include, for example, planting indigenous plants through a program of group planting days. This initiative might be applied also in the context of the river, and it might help the people of Coranderrk to achieve what they are already doing in the context of community design. The river had a great importance and meaning for indigenous people, and in particular for the Coranderrk. It was a central place of spiritual connection and a place for great gatherings where social interactions between people used to take place. It was also a source of water, and it provided a wide variety of food and plants. These 4 aspects will be narrated as a sort of storytelling in 4 different steps along the pathway, inside some kind of huts that at the same time want to recall the shape and the structure of the fish traps used by indigenous populations. The people of Coranderrk will be directly involved in this storytelling. In fact, through the planning of visits and events, they will guide small groups of visitors along this pathway, and through stories and workshops, they will recall and pass on the traditions and the past of their ancestors. Different topics will be addressed. Images and stories will narrate for what purposes the indigenous use river plants, and through workshops and activities, people will learn about ceremonies, rites, and body paintings, and also about fishing and fish traps. They will also learn about the importance of the river as a gathering place. In particular, this topic could be contextualized in the present, and this platform could effectively become an important meeting place for people, especially for those of Coranderrk. Here they can spend moments of sharing and contemplate the beauty of the surrounding natural environment. So the aim of this walkway, with its stories and involving activities, is to help indigenous and non-indigenous people reconnect with Coranderrk in order to learn about their ancestors, share their stories, and honor their past. And thanks to this walkway, people will also have the opportunity to reconnect with nature.